Welcome into Trivia Night Live, a weekly trivia show where you, the viewer, get to compete for prizes, glory, and your name getting shouted out numerous times over a 1-hour broadcast. I am Joey Wright. My usual co-host, Jake Bryant, is stuck at the airport tonight. So joining me in his place is a staff member at Football Guys. You can read his camp reports this season where he is covering the Buccaneers and the Titans over at Football Guys, as well as the newest member of Sunday Morning Live, Hutchinson Brown. How you doing today, buddy?
Hey, we're doing good, Joey. Thank you so much for having me on. Happy to fill in. Excited for some trivia, for some talk tonight. It's gonna be exciting. And yes, Frank in the chat, that is a wild Hutch on the scene.
That is a wild Hutch you're seeing. We will get to the chat here in a second. Hutch, I want you to know you were my first phone call. I told you before the show that I'm excited that we're going to be doing the Sunday show together a little more often this year. Probably like every other week, you'll see Hutch popping on there. We have a good time answering starts and sits over there on Sunday mornings. But Hutch, I didn't want to ask you about it before the show. You've been traveling a lot. I want you to tell me about the places you've been this summer. What's been going on with you, buddy?
Yeah, it's been a really crazy summer for me. It started with a road trip down in California. For reference, I live in Pennsylvania, an hour north of Philadelphia, given the Eagles gear here. But we flew over to California, did a road trip there, went to a bunch of awesome places, also stopped in Las Vegas, and it was beautiful. I've never seen like California before. So it was a beautiful experience. Got to see the Grand Canyon, got to see some awesome things, travel with family. It's always nice when you have a family vacation this summer, a nice time of separation and rest. And then we got the expo, so Canton, Ohio for a few days. That was beautiful. Got to see some lovely people there. And then as well as that, my church, we did a mission trip in Prague in the Czech Republic. And it was to run a third culture camp. So it's for kids who are part of a lot of missionary and military families that move around a lot. They're called third culture kids. And they usually just don't really feel at home ever because they're always moving around everywhere. And to a degree, I actually kind of relate to that. I've lived in 7 homes in my life throughout the U.S., so I've kind of moved around all over the place. So I kind of relate to that to a degree. But it was awesome to be able to pour into these kids' lives. It's a faith-centered camp, and it's a week long, and it was just awesome to be a counselor of a bunch of middle school boys. It was so fun.
That's awesome, Hutch.
It was wild, but it was awesome to pour in these kids' lives.
I admire all the work you do over the summer that has nothing to do with football. And maybe you talk football to them. I don't know. But that's so great to hear. What was your favorite thing you saw in Prague? Did you get to get around Prague very much?
Yeah, so after the camp, we got to spend a few days like touring Prague. Oh my goodness, man. That's really difficult. Prague is a beautiful city. It's a wonderful city. I absolutely loved it. And I've been to a couple of the places in Europe because my family did take a vacation a few years ago. Rome is probably still top, but Prague is right there. I think, what? I think the best thing that happened, because for me, obviously I'm underage. I don't drink. I've gotten to try a couple things here and there. Never enjoyed drinking. I got to try stuff in Europe. Never enjoyed it. I had a Pilsner in the Czech Republic, and it was great. I enjoyed it. It was the first time I've ever enjoyed alcohol. I was with my pastor and a bunch of guys from the camp, and they were all really happy for me. So that was probably the funnest moment of touring. But then we got to see some beautiful cathedrals as well. Beautiful Catholic churches. Tore through some of the glass work, and the artwork was just unbelievable. There's some beautiful stuff in there.
That's awesome, Hutch. I will say I did see the Pilsner picture, and I did, I smiled a little bit.
Yeah.
It was good to know you kept it legal.
Yes.
Hutch, you're here with me tonight. We're going to have a good time hanging out, talking football, getting our chat ready for the NFL season ahead. But like I said, we're not alone. The chat is with us tonight, Hutch. Let's say hi to him real quick. Frank in the chat. Is that a wild Hutch? I see it. Absolutely is. Did you get to see Frank in Canton, Hutch?
Oh my gosh. It's so hard. I don't remember everybody I see, and Frank doesn't have his face as a profile picture.
You say yes. That's what you say.
Yes. I think so. I know.
I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure I saw Frank. I don't remember half the people I saw at the expo. I'm so sorry.
Hutch, be on your best behavior. Boss is here.
Oh, what's up, Joe?
So let's go. Welcome, Hutch. Joe is here.
Should I have not brought up the Pilsner story is the first thing that I thought of in Prague?
Right. Let me tell you what. You're fine, Hutch. You're fine. Ladarius is here saying good evening, all.
What up?
And love Hutch's last name. Yeah, the Brown family is in here tonight. All right. You mean as part of the number one start set show on Football Guys? That's true. We're the only one too, so it's pretty easy to be the number one. With top 3 ranker Joey Wright? No, I am among 3 top 10 rankers. But you can find our rankings only at Football Guys from now on. Nowhere else, only at Football Guys. Find Joey, Dave, and Jeff. Jeff's going to be so mad that I spaced on his name. I never spaced on Jeff's name. If you're going to the Southern Bluegrass Fantasy Football Championship this weekend, you're watching the show, Jeff Bell will be there in person along with Joe Bryant. So get excited. Get to see them in person. Yeah, the pictures looked great. Frank is just loading our chat tonight. Love to see. I love how Hutch loved every niche Croatian Pilsner as his first beer that he liked. Oh, okay. Just couldn't keep it American, could you, Hutch?
No.
All right. You know, I used to drink a lot of beer. I barely ever touch beer anymore. I have usually a drink when I go out to dinner, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's gonna be my style as well. I'm not gonna be that kind of drinker.
We go out to the expo, and there's a lot of people out there having a great time at expo, and
they regret it the next day.
Or
the day after that.
Exactly. Every morning I had to be up, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. I mean, you too, King's Classic. So we didn't.
Yes, sir.
We had to be responsible, Hutch. So all right. I met Hutch on Sunday at the expo. Jeff Bolt, one of our best and wonderful subscribers over at Football Guys, even though he likes to give me a really hard time in the YouTube comments. Ever since I joined that Monday show with Dave, Jeff has just been laying into me. He wants me and Dave to fight, and I'm just like, that's not in my blood, Jeff. I'm sorry, I can't fight with Dave. I'll disagree with him respectfully, but I'm not going to fight with him.
You'd also
Joe
lose.
think he loves a pills.
That's okay. What's up, Joe?
I probably would. Yeah, I mean, he's like yoked. All right, well, let's get the game board up here so people can start getting all ready for that. And tonight, our winner will. Oh, let's get it on there. There we go. And our faces get smaller, Hutch.
Yeah.
Where our first and second place tonight gets into the Players League this season. That'll be your prize tonight. So if you win or you come in second place tonight, you will make it into the Listeners/Players League. And Hutch, maybe we'll have to give you a spot in there. We actually had a new person join last week. Hutch, I was looking at who's here with us every week, who's joining us, who just, gives us their time. And Barbara Bryant, we felt like she deserved to be in the Players League. So Barbara got a spot. Yeah,
let's go.
Put Barbara in there. So excellent. All right. Well, we only got 4 people in here. Where are the people at, Hutch? I was expecting you to bring the youth of the nation with us tonight.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I retweeted it. Yeah.
Yeah. I've retweeted everything.
Right. We're all good. All right. Well, let's get through some of the housekeeping here real quick. Oh, K9 is mean and just popped in. Welcome in. Let's go through some of the housekeeping. Oh, actually, so tonight our Trivia Night Live boot camp continues on. Last week, we had a look back at 2025. This week, new faces and new places. So we're going to get you ready with all the players and coaches that switch spots. But Hutch, something's coming up next Tuesday. Do you know what next Tuesday is?
I know I saw it somewhere. No, not off the top of my head. I don't want to sit here and think in silence for too long.
We mentioned our players draft, and we're going to be doing our players league draft next week live on the show.
That's right.
But it's also somebody's birthday, Hutch.
Next.
Those guests are subject to change based on availability. Some big names on the board there. There might be some switches, but Hutch, are you excited for the birthday?
That's very exciting. David Lugie, I can't wait to see him on the show.
David Luge will be here. I think Joe Bryant's going to open the show. I told him this like 2 weeks ago. I'll tell him again and he'll be here. But yeah, it's going to be exciting. We're going to be doing a draft. And then the week after, we're going to look at the 2026 season ahead with our trivia. We're going to have everybody here ready with the boot camp. We've got some more people popping in. James got a spot last week. The more the merrier. Jeff Bolt saying, Joey, I really don't want you to fight with Dave. Okay. Yeah. That's, guys, save the happy birthday messages till next week.
Yeah. Come on, guys. It's not birthday week.
It's not. No. It's not a birthday week. It's a birthday. I'm 44. Come on. I can't make that big of a deal about it. It's not like I made like graphics and a video and used one of my coworkers' Canvas to do it all. No, I didn't do that at all. So I've been working with Elmo's people to get the number one Muppet to Joey's party. Does Muppet know Kermit? Because does Elmo know Kermit? Because that'd be the only way the number one Muppet is here. How did I book the Minneapolis Children's Choir? Well, connections. Scott Fish might live. Yeah, I got connections. All right, let's get through some of the rules and whatnot. If you're watching us here on the Fantasy Cares YouTube, go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you're watching us on the Football Guys Live channel, do the same. Also, consider to make a donation to Fantasy Cares. They've got the Fantasy Pick'em and the Survivor Leagues going off this season. You go to fantasycares.org to get more information on that. Now, to play the game, go to Kahoot.it on your web browser. Enter the 7-digit code for the game, which tonight will be 443. Oh, wait, no, it will be 360777. I had the wrong code written down on my sheet. From here, enter a nickname. Any vulgar or hateful names will not be eligible for prizes. In addition, we will remove you from the game. Hutch, we don't like profanity. We don't like vulgar names.
No profanity.
Keep
it clean, guys. Keep it clean.
Once the game begins, a question will come up on the screen here as well as on your device. Answer by clicking or tapping on your choice from your device. Accuracy and speed will both factor into your score. The quicker you answer correctly, the higher the points, and you'll have 45 seconds to answer each and every question. Each game will consist of 15 questions, and we'll be playing one game tonight. At the end of the game, the person with the highest amount of points will be our winner, and the top two will be playing in the Players League. Hutch, do you want to play tonight? You don't know what any of the questions are.
I have no idea. I can't wait to play.
Do you have your phone?
I have my phone as my camera, but I can log in on Kahoot. I can play.
Yeah, log in on Kahoot. Play tonight, buddy.
I will
play.
In there playing. I will play. Let's see.
It's really fun when the guests play because then when they get it wrong, we get to make fun of them.
Yeah, I'm going to get... Here we go. I am Hutchels. There we go.
So before we start the game, Hutch, I want to ask you one football question just right off the top that you're not even prepared for because I didn't tell you.
Let's go.
I want you to tell me one player you're excited for this year.
Oh, man, that's great. One player I am really excited for this year. I am really excited for Ladd McConkey of the Los Angeles Chargers. Okay. I think he is a really fun one for this season because there are two main factors here and a couple others that have already been there in previous years. But one, when you look at the addition of Mike McDaniel to his offense, I mean, he's an offensive mastermind. We have seen him work many successful offenses. We just saw with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle in Miami over the last couple of years, what they've been able to do for fantasy purposes. And in previous years when he's been coaching, there's been some great wide receivers on his team. We've seen Ladd McConkey be, a consistent wide receiver 2 in fantasy football. He had a great rookie year. Downfall in his second season, but another thing that's not being talked about, not just the addition of Mike McDaniel, but the removal of Keenan Allen from this offense. I mean, he took up a lot of volume last year. He was able to put up over 700 yards last season with the Chargers, and that's a huge problem for Ladd McConkey in his production. But now he's gone. He's signed with the Colts recently, actually. Hope that works out for him there. But this is a huge boost for Ladd McConkey and his fantasy value. Obviously, I'm not the kind of guy that says this year's blah, blah, blah. But if there's going to be a this year's JSN, I think Ladd McConkey is the guy that fits that mold. Entering his third season, big-time quarterback with Justin Herbert, new offensive coordinator, and a removal of a wide receiver that was just a real sting in his side for fantasy purposes. So I'm looking at Ladd McConkey as a huge player I like this season.
I love the call out there, Hutch. McConkey is a player I've been enjoying drafting. I feel like when McConkey's on the board, maybe I'm grabbing a tight end or I'm maybe going running back around then, but I have gotten McConkey in a few leagues. The Quentin Johnston news today, though, do you know if we've gotten any clarity on if he's going to miss a lot of time or not? I know it was, go ahead.
I have not seen anything yet, but I'm not sure it looks great. But let me Google real quick. I can Google
Frankel. Yeah, Frankel yell at us if there's something. All right, guys, we're going to get into the game. People can always hop in late. We've had that. People have come up from behind to win this game before, hopping in late. So let's go ahead and get this started up. All right. First question. What former Tiger is returning to his home state and is even bringing a new name pronunciation to boot? Is it Travis Achan, Rico Dowdle, Chris Rodriguez Jr., or Kenneth Gainwell? What former Tiger is returning to his home state? And the correct answer is Travis Achan. This is we're gonna have to work on this
Travis
all
Achan.
year. Travis Achan. But Trevor, it's still Trevor Etienne, right?
Yes.
Have they got? Has there been clarity on that? All right.
I don't think so. I don't think he's spoken about it.
Did I just call Frank Frankie? No, but now I will from now on.
Frankie.
I have my own pronunciation for this one now. Okay. Way to go. Feeling good about Travis Achan in New Orleans? Or do you think there's going to be a timeshare with Kamara still? Or
Yeah, it's really tough. When you look at Kamara's season last year, he really slowed down. It's good. I don't think it's going to last long, the split. I don't think Kamara can hold off ETN for long. He's way too talented of a back. But I think at least to start the season, we got to be concerned about a potential split. And then from there, it'll go out as it'll go out as it goes. But I think ETN's the way more talented player, and eventually we'll see that come to fruition.
All right. Love to call out there, buddy. All right, let's take a look at the podium, see who got that right. Frank in the chat in first place. Frank's already in the listeners or the players league.
Not last. Let's go.
Joe Bryant missed that one. Uh-oh. We're just going to think Joe, something happened. He had left his phone down. But maybe. I don't know. You never know.
He might have thought Kenny Gainwell.
Yeah, it could have been Kenny Gainwell. Frank E. A little new pronunciation of Frank there. Or Frankel. I don't know. All right, next question, chat. And Hutch. When was the last time New Buffalo Bills wide receiver one DJ Moore had a top 10 fantasy wide receiver season in PPR? So when was the last time New Buffalo Bills wide receiver one DJ Moore had a top 10 fantasy wide receiver season in PPR? Was it 2025, 2024, 2023, or it's never happened?
It's happened.
Correct answer is 2023. So it's 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. That was Justin Fields, man, when he was a starting quarterback. That was an incredible year, bro. That was so good. I think he was the wide receiver 6 that year in PPR scoring.
You are exactly correct. He was the wide receiver 6 in PPR. Look at you go, Hutch. Just coming on your flexing your muscles. Like to see it. And you've actually, I had dinner with you just not long ago, and you've actually flexed. You've gotten some bit more muscle there, buddy.
Appreciate it, bro.
I don't know years. That's not my fault. Well, Frank, we're going to hold it against you. Take a look at that podium. Oh, Frank in the chat falls. Joe Bryant back on the board. K9 is mine. Love to see it. In first place, Hutchels trying to get himself into that players league. All right. 2023 was the answer. I'm feeling really great about DJ Moore in Buffalo. Camp reports are already good. Just needs to not get a high ankle sprain, which had a little scare there, but I think we're away from that. Best quarterback he's ever worked with, with a play caller that he's familiar with. I think all arrows point up. Joe making a comeback. Joe ahead of Ladarius. Screenshot that, Joey. 1 second. Got it, Joe.
Beautiful.
Right. Yeah, do whatever he says, Hutch.
Oh yeah, he's the boss man.
He signs the paychecks every week. Not every week. I don't get paid weekly.
Bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly. No, not even.
Oh shoot.
Who do you think is K9 is mine, Joey? Yeah. I'm assuming this is Jeff Ball. Touch, let me just ask you.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Kenneth Walker this year?
I think we've talked about this before. I actually think Kenneth Walker is potentially one of the most dangerous traps in fantasy this year, given his ADP. I think his ADP is really, really high in most leagues. He's going in that RB 6 to 8 range in a lot of drafts. If you get him at like back end RB1 prices, like 10 to 15, that's fine. I don't think that's too bad, but a lot of drafts he's going in that 6 to 8 range, right around Derrick Henry, right around the it's like Ashton Genty, Devon Achane, Amari Hampton, Kenneth Walker, like that range. I think that's dangerously high because when you look at Walker, he's never proven the ability to have a workhorse role. I mean, he's just never been able to stay healthy for a full 16 games or full 17 games, that is. And Seattle never trusted him. They got him in the first couple of years. He got injured multiple times, had a lot of problems, and they drafted Zach Charbonnet and made it a split. And last year we saw in the top 3 scoring offense in the NFL last year, he had over 260 opportunities and was not able to put up a top 15 season. So when you look at Kansas City, a much less powerful offense. I know we love Patrick Mahomes. He's a great quarterback. I know we've loved this KC offense in the past, but they just haven't been putting up those numbers lately. I don't think we're going to see like 300, 350 touches. Like he's never gotten that before, and he's proven that he can't stay healthy with that kind of touch load before. So I am looking at Kenneth Walker as a dangerous trap because I think the volume is going to be similar to what we've seen in years past, and it's a worse offense than we saw last year, and he's being drafted like 10 to 15 spots ahead of what he finished last year. I don't see it. I think this is a dangerous pick if you're making it in the RB 6 to 8 range.
Hutch, question.
Yes.
Before you came on the show, did I pay you anything to say all that?
No, I actually you can find an article that I wrote about a couple weeks ago. What some of the most dangerous traps in fantasy football. Kenneth Walker is one of them.
Look at you plugging your work. I love it. I'm going to give you time.
Yeah.
You continue to plug your work.
Plug, you know what I'm saying?
Buddy. Yeah, no. Absolutely. No, I feel the same as you. It's not the talent. It's the draft capital. It's the value of him right now. It's just through the roof. He's going at that. Sometimes at the 1-2 turn, middle of the second, and I'm just not willing to pay up for him there. Mm-hmm. Listen, I'll eat all the crow in the world if I'm wrong, but he's just not a player that I'm drafting. Now, if he slipped to the middle of the 3rd round, I would get myself some Kenneth Walker. But as it stands right now, the only Kenneth Walker I have was already on my dynasty teams, drafted years ago. So I just can't do it. I can't do it. Prereq to work for football guys. Be down on Kenneth Walker. No, there's some guys, the football guys that they're up on Kenneth Walker.
Oh yeah, it's definitely one of the players that I think is debated about a lot, but it's also his ADP is sneakily so high. Like I talked about on the article, it's some of the most dangerous traps that people aren't even really noticing. Their ADP just sneaks up so fast. Kenneth Walker is one of those where like I don't even understand why he's 6 to 8. Like he's never gotten there ever.
If Kenneth Walker finishes top 5, Joey should actually eat crow. I think that's illegal. Is that Hutch? Is that illegal
actually
to eat crow?
That is illegal in some states. I don't know if it's illegal where you're at.
Probably not Florida. You can.
Yeah, Florida's everything's legal. Honestly, people be throwing alligators at each other and stuff, man.
Yeah, you make jokes, but I have thrown an alligator at somebody before. Like
I've seen the news reports where someone threw there was a news article where someone threw an alligator through a drive-through window because they were mad at somebody.
Yeah, and it happens, you know. When a strongly worded letter doesn't work.
No,
that's like a dinosaur right through the window. So it's always funny when people come to Florida to visit and they see an alligator and they're like, "Oh," and I'm like, "It's not going to do anything to you. Like, just don't mess with it." And, you know, so
it is legal.
It's legal for sure. Thanks. Yeah. Ladarius, fellow Florida resident. I'm concerned about his health for sure, but I think KC is telling us how they want to change the offense. He is going to have some monster games. I won't disagree with you, Jeff, that he will have some monster games. That's where I'm gonna stop disagreeing with you. Everything else I'll disagree with. In the upset of a century, it's illegal to eat crow in Florida. Yeah. All right. Well, let's take a look at that leaderboard. And let's see. Oh, K9 is mine, leading the pack there. Love to see that. Let's move on to the next question. You ready, Hutch?
Yes, now I'm ready.
All right, next question. What Ravens player did former head coach bring over with him to his new gig in East Rutherford? Is it Keaton Mitchell, Isaiah Likely, Tyler Loop, or Rashad Bateman? Yeah, just looks like a nice guy.
Is it embarrassing to say that when I read East Rutherford, I had no idea where that was?
That's for the Giants and Jets play.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was like, no idea where that is. I'm going to figure this out. I'm terrible at geography, dude.
Yeah, it's okay. Well,
No.
I hate to tell you, we got some geography questions coming up.
Oh, shoot.
Hutch, if you had to pick a hardball to go to dinner with, which one would it be? John or Jim? I think this tells you a lot about the person, what the answer is. It's like one of those like relationship quizzes.
Yes. No, it totally is. I think I'm going with Jim.
Really,
I think
totally John. Yeah,
I
Jim.
think Jim.
Jim and I get in a fight.
I like Jim.
Yeah, you do. No, maybe it's I like khakis, but I don't like his khakis. I don't know. Just like
his khakis. What's wrong with his khakis?
It's very bulky. Oh, it's very bulky.
Mm.
Just looks strange. I don't know.
Understood.
Oh, good news, Joey. It's legal to eat crows in Nevada, where you go 5 times a year, and stole a butter knife. Yeah, I did not steal a butter knife. That did not happen. Jim is the easy answer.
Stole a butter knife?
No, Hutch. We'll talk about it after the show.
Okay.
Somebody put a butter knife in my backpack is what happened in Las Vegas. And I think it was Paul Charchian. But that's more on that later. He was there and he left. He's the only one that left the meal where the butter knife came from. And like out of nowhere, he just got up and left. Joe was there. He knows all about it. John seems boring to me. Frank, you seem boring to me.
Ooh.
No, Frank's amazing. I watched a baseball game with him. He's a great time. As a person from Michigan, Jim is slightly nutty. Just my opinion. Okay. Well, can we choose their father to go to dinner with? Oh, off the board. Jim D. Yeah, we can do that. Like that. Let's look at that leaderboard. We got 7 people in here now. Love to see it. K9 is mine. Ladarius climbing back up into the top 5. Joe. I'm not screenshotting this one, Joe. This is not for the people. K9 is mine. Bro. Yeah. All right. So Jeff Bolt and Hutch looks like they're going to make it into the Players League this year. Still a lot of game left to play. Let's go on to the next
geography questions up.
There's one geography question for sure. Okay. Former Green Bay Packers defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley is the new head coach of this team. Arizona Cardinals, Pittsburgh Steelers, Buffalo Bills, or Miami Dolphins. And I did make sure to find a Packers picture of him to not completely give it away. Hutch, I just started rewatching Ted Lasso. Just finished season 3.
Oh, 4th season coming up.
Yep. I watched I think the first episode of season 4. So I've got some ahead of me to catch up on. Nobody spoil anything. I'm enjoying. I didn't watch season 3 because I thought the first 2 seasons were so great, and I didn't want anything to be tainted for me. I didn't want just to get a bad taste in my mouth, but I've been enjoying it.
3rd season was great.
Yeah, very good.
I have not started the 4th season yet. My parents did. I'm not sure if I don't know about it. I'm concerned.
Where's Andy? How's he doing?
He's good. He's downstairs. He's hanging out. He's doing well. He's having a good time.
Do I need to text him, tell him to come upstairs and say hi?
You can if you would like. He would totally come up and say hi.
I think I have his number.
You probably do.
I'll probably send him a text just to see how it. Listen, we're glad that you come without your dad now to the company retreat, but we all love Andy and we kind of miss him a little bit. So if you could throw him in your suitcase this year when you come to the Football Guys retreat, I think we'd all appreciate it. Shout out Andy.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, but we're glad that you get to come on your own because we get to get you away. And yeah, do you remember what I put on the coolers 2 years ago?
Yes, that was so. Yeah, man, that was so good.
So we had alcoholic, but then not just a couple beers and stuff, and then sodas, and they were labeled Hutch and no Hutch. So it's pretty funny.
It was great.
Yeah. Hutch lets me pick on him. I always ask before I say the things like, Hutch, can I say this? He's like, yeah, Joey, go ahead.
You can say whatever you want, Joey. I really don't care, bro.
Well, I'm not going to bring up the one thing that you think I would want to bring up tonight. I'm not going to bring it up. I'm going to see how long into the season I can go before I bring it up. And I guess if you're wondering what I'm talking about, you'll have to watch Sunday Morning Live.
Yeah, I guess, man. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Somebody's going to mention a monkey at some point.
Oh, wait, I know what you're talking about now. Okay.
That's the
teaser. You got to bring that up at some point.
I will at some point this season.
You got to. Yeah.
All right. Jeff Bolt saying he's horrible at trivia. Let's see what the standings tell us. The standings say different. Jeff, the standings say you're pretty good at trivia. Hutch and no Hutch seems like something Joey wrote and was very proud of.
I can imagine writing it like crouched down next to the cool was like cackling when he wrote it.
Yeah. No, I'm sweating at that retreat. I'm running around like crazy. All right. Here we go. The next question, Hutch.
Let's do it.
All right. Next question. Which quarterback moved the longest distance from their former team to their new home for 2026? I told you there'd be geography.
Oh, shoot.
Which quarterback moved the longest distance from their former team to their new home for 2026? Was it Malik Willis, Geno Smith, Tua Tagovailoa, or Kyler Murray? Who moved the longest distance?
I think I got it. Yeah.
Correct answer is Geno Smith. Malik Willis is close.
Yeah.
The Tua drive is not far at all. I've done that drive. It's like a 9-hour drive. Geno Smith, oof, that's a few day road trip right there.
Very far.
Any confidence in Geno Smith this season, Hutch?
No, not at all. Not at all. None.
Let me get a little more micro on it. For Garrett Wilson, we have seen Geno Smith support a top 10 wide receiver in this past with JSN. Do you think that he could support Garrett Wilson to say a top 15 wide receiver season?
It's really interesting because we would assume Garrett Wilson is the target hog of this offense, but the Jets picked a first-round receiver, Amari Cooper Jr., who people like to forget about, and I kind of get why. It felt like a very passive pick, but you also had Kenyon Sadiq added to this offense, and he's a monster. We don't necessarily know for a fact that Garrett Wilson is going to be the insane target hog that he has been in the last couple of years, but he's definitely going to be the number one, and his ADP right now to me is fine. It just feels like your upside is just so capped, and there's players around him where the upside is infinitely better. I mean, you talk about guys like DJ Moore, you talk about guys like Travion Henderson, you talk about players that have legit upside to be top 10 at their position. But when you look at Garrett Wilson playing with Geno Smith with a more crowded offense than you've seen in years past, you just don't see the upside. I think he's a great PPR play as a wide receiver too, but that's probably all he's going to be.
Okay. I tend to agree with you. Dave Kluge and I dropped the wide receiver episode this morning, and I kind of made a lot of the same points you do. It's like a volume thing with Garrett Wilson. 31% target share to make him the wide receiver 10 before he got injured last year. And I just wonder if that volume is going to stay there with them bringing these with Amari Cooper and Kenyon Sadiq coming in. And I'm worried about it kind of for the same reasons you are. Frank saying it's sad that Geno might be the best quarterback that Garrett Wilson has had. I mean, brutal. There's some slander in there, but I don't know. When you look at Geno's numbers,
he's probably not the worst QB.
No, he's definitely not the worst.
No, he's not the worst. He's probably top 3.
Yeah.
Which is so sad.
Right now. Rank them, Hutch.
Rank the quarterbacks that Garrett Wilson's played. I don't even remember half of them because there were so many.
Fields, Rodgers, and
you'd Field Rodgers, you had Wilson, right? Wilson still played for the Jets at the time. Well, it was Wilson to Wilson, right? We had a little bit of that.
We had a little Wilson to Wilson. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then did we have Mike White?
Hutch. That's a good question.
Dude, remember that MVP worthy game he had? I think it was against the Bengals where he threw 450 yards and 4 or 5 touchdowns and everyone went crazy and then he sucked.
Yeah, I could probably have not an MVP performance, but hey, should we pick this guy up performance against the Bengals defense.
That year was bad. Yeah. But no, let's see, it's Rodgers. You have Rodgers, probably number 1. You probably Geno 2, Fields 3. That's actually close though. Fields might be better.
Yeah.
And then Zach Wilson's definitely not better though. So Geno's definitely top 3. And then unless you take Mike White and his one game. If you put Mike White in his one game, he's number one. But overall, his performance he's not in there at all.
All right, Jeff saying, speaking of quarterbacks, I'm in a 10-team home league draft. Baker Mayfield is ranked 16th or later. Am I nuts to think he's a target for a top 10 finish? Listen, let me tell you what's going to happen with Baker Mayfield this year. He is going to go out there and earn himself a contract. I don't know if that's good or bad, because I'm not sure that he's going to make some of the best decisions, but darn it, he's going to go out there and fight to, I believe Jeff Bell brought up, and maybe I'm spoiling a little bit of an article he's got coming out, but Baker Mayfield is 26 touchdowns away from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers franchise record for passing touchdowns. So Baker's going to probably go out and try to get that franchise record. Listen, I hope he stays with the Bucs. You know, he's been my favorite quarterback I think that we've ever had. Sorry, Tom Brady, but I felt like we were just renting you. Baker feels like he really bleeds the orange, because I've said, like, Brady never put on the creamsicles, and that was a huge problem for me. Like, listen, you're a Bucs, you need to accept the culture, the history of that orange being as bad as it was, and I felt like Brady never accepted that. Sure, he gave us Super Bowl, thank you so much. It just felt weird. There was my little Brady rant. I haven't gone in a while, but no, Jeff, I think a top 10 finish is in the realm of possibility for Baker. We've seen it happen. If those options for the Miko Buka, Chris Godwin, Jalen McMillan is one of my favorite sleepers. If they can all stay healthy, I think Baker Mayfield, that's in the realm of his possibility of outcomes.
Watch out for Ted Hurst too. That kid's balling in camp, and he's big and he's fast. He can make some plays.
Garrett Wilson has caught touchdowns from Tyrod Taylor, Tim Boyle, Mike White, Zach Wilson, Joe Flacco, and Aaron Rodgers. I thought Flacco was in there. I
forgot Flacco.
Yeah. And
Tim
Fields.
Boyle too, bro.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, man.
Do you remember that Fields versus Tua game? Was the Bears and Dolphins, where they both had like, it was like an insane.
Oh, they both had like multiple interceptions, right?
Yeah.
It was just awful. Yeah. Yes, I remember that.
All right.
Yeah.
I was at a Bucs game watching that in like the club suites. That was crazy. All right.
Gave me memories of Jameis Winston.
Let me tell you, Jameis Winston is the most fun fantasy quarterback, and it's awful when he's your team quarterback. It's just like, it's so many mistakes, but fun for fantasy. All right. Let's move on to that next question. Which of these players was already on the Miami Dolphins in 2025 and won't be playing there for the first time in 2026? Was it Greg Dulcich, Jalen Reagor, Jalen Tolbert, or Tutu Atwell? Which one of them was already playing for the Dolphins and will not be their first year this year? Any of these names stand out for you this year? Hutch, is somebody you want to draft me with like a last round draft pick?
If I had to pick,
I could.
If I had to pick one, it's Greg Dulcich, because I mean, there's no value with Tutu Atwell, Reagor, or Tolbert, but Dulcich, I mean, there's literally no one else to throw to in this offense. You have to throw to literally somebody. Also, this one's really challenging. I actually don't know the answer.
Yeah. I don't mind Tolbert with like a very late round pick. I just never thought he got the opportunity in Dallas. He could step up. If Mike McDaniel was still there, I would say Tutu Atwell would be somebody to look at, just because he kind of fits that profile. But Mike McDaniel's not there anymore. The correct answer is Greg Dulcich. He was there last year, and nobody got it right.
But he won't be playing there for the first time in 2026.
Yeah, he played there last year. Which of these players was already on the Miami Dolphins in 2025 and won't be playing there for the first time in 2026?
Oh, okay. I read the question wrong.
I wrote it kind of tricky.
Yeah, no, that was tricky.
All these questions have been pretty easy tonight so far. So I had to put a difficult one in there.
Oh, yeah.
This one was hard. All right,
There
here we go. Total guess. I don't know if it was a slip of the tongue or on purpose by Hutch, but Tutu Atwell is great. No.
That was not on purpose, but sure.
That question was written poorly. Well, you know what? My kids were yelling today when I was writing questions. So, Frank, come babysit my kids so I can write better questions for you. Joey must be happy no one got it correct. Yes, I am. I like it when people miss my questions. I often will hear, Joey, that these questions are too easy. Like, nah. Okay, get some challenging ones. Very poorly. This was worded strange. Okay, you know what? Flag on the field. Okay, this makes okay. You know what? We're everybody that got it wrong. Look at yourself in the mirror and just tell yourself you believe in yourself on this next question that we're gonna put up right now.
Let's go. I believe in myself.
Boy, I'm getting booed off the field. If you guys would have got it right, see what I've noticed is that anyone that got it right is not. Well, that's because no one got it right. It's like the people that got it right aren't booing me. You guys are just bitter. Yeah, I know. That's everyone. You know, we can only do so much. All right, next question. All right, he signed the highest wide receiver free agent contract of 2026 of the free agents that landed on a new team. It was 4 years for $70 million. So he signed the highest wide receiver free agent contract of 2026, which had him going to a new team. I know there's one other guy. It was 4 years for $70 million. Who is that player? Alec Pierce, Romeo Doubs, Wan'Dale Robinson, or Mike Evans?
I'm locked in. I got this one.
You got it? Answer pretty quick, Hutch.
I'm very confident. I know this one.
Did you read the full question?
Yes.
Okay. I even slowed it down.
No, I know the answer to this one.
Correct answer is Wan'Dale Robinson. Okay. Yeah, because Alec Pierce was already on the Colts.
Already on the Colts. Yeah.
Yes. So
but I remember
sure.
Yes. I remember 4 years, $70 million for Wan'Dale because we did the Titans reports. And I also did a free agent thing on him, and I remember 470.
Jim D. I wanted to see my cousin Romeo. I didn't know you guys were cousins. Of these wide receivers listed on here, who are you taking at cost right now the most?
Well, it's definitely not. I hate to say this, but it's definitely not right now. It's definitely not Mike Evans. We see the soft tissue injury already coming up in camp, and he's a little on the older side. New team. I'm sorry. I know you love Mike Evans. This feels like a disaster waiting to happen, honestly. And at his cost, I think it's way too high to be taking the risk. We saw a bit of a downfall last year with injuries at his age point. There's no way I'm taking the risk with Mike Evans at his current draft cost. He's going, in that 5th to 7th round range. I think that's way too high for him. My guy I'm probably drafting at cost the most is probably Wan'Dale Robinson, because if Cam Ward is legit the guy that we think he could be, and, Carl Tate's a rookie. We have no idea. I know he's been balling in camp. He's had multiple multi-touchdown practices. He had a very quiet preseason opener, though, 3 targets, no catches. If he has a rookie season where he's on and off, Wan'Dale Robinson is the next man up. I mean, they signed him to the largest wide receiver free agent contract that was moving teams this year, as the question reveals. And they invested a lot of capital in him. And looking at the rest of the receivers in this offense, it's really Carl Tate and Wan'Dale Robinson as a clear-cut top 2 guys here. So if anything is off with Carl Tate as a rookie, Wan'Dale Robinson's going to step in and be a monster. We saw him put up 1,000 yards last year. We've seen him work deep. We've seen him work intermediate. And obviously, he had one of the weird – what was it? He had like 80-something – he was like one of the – crap, I don't remember the exact stats, but he had one of the shortest yards per catch in history for someone to hit a certain amount of yardage. I forget. It was like 2 years ago. It's literally insane. He can work in that short game. That's what I'm saying. But Wan'Dale Robinson is a really solid player, and I think at cost, he's being left for dead in drafts, and he's worth the pickup.
Now, you would expect at this point in the show, I would defend the honor of my love, Mike Evans, but he abandoned Tampa Bay, and it's his own fault now. No, I'm just kidding. No, I hate to see it happen with him, but I felt like this addition in San Francisco, if he stayed healthy, would be great. He's a red zone threat. But I always kind of felt like he was just going to be a mentor to these receivers that they're bringing in. DeJon Stribling, probably the biggest name right now. And he is just flying up. At some point, I'm going to have to stop drafting Stribling. When he reaches single-digit rounds, that's probably when I'm going to stop. And I'm going to throw out a name here. Like, I do like Wan'Dale Robinson a lot. I think he made a lot of great points there with Carnell Tate. Might take a little while for Tate to get up to speed, although he looks great right now. I still think Wan'Dale Robinson can be involved. But Alec Pierce, listen, I know he might not be out there for week 1, 2, 3. We're not sure. But Indianapolis paid him to be their wide receiver 1, and he is sliding down draft boards right now. People are terrified of taking him. I saw him go in the 9th round the other night in my home league draft. If you can get Alec Pierce in the 9th round, you can find guys to sub in for a couple of weeks, because I do think once he's on the field for the Colts, I think he's going to be their wide receiver 1. I actually don't think it. I believe it. They just brought in Keenan Allen. I understand that, but yeah, if Alec Pierce is going that late, we know the talent they have. We know what Indianapolis just paid him to be. I would feel really great taking him, but that's at cost. So,
yeah. The only problem I have with Pierce is when you look at his receptions and his yardage, he had just barely had 40 receptions last year, was able to put up over 1,000 yards. He had incredible efficiency on those deep plays. Mm-hmm. And that makes me really concerned, because you see the low volume, just incredible efficiency was able to put him, in the conversation he was last year as a wide receiver 2. But looking at, I like Josh Downs, I like Tyler Warren, I like Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield, especially with Daniel Jones off that Achilles tear. He's not going to be able to move as much. He might be dumping off in the flat more. I'm not saying Alec Pierce can't be a fantasy viable player, because he has that deep playability. From what I've seen in the last few years, though, it seems like the deep play is what he is, and I don't see him elevating his game to being much more than that. That's the only concern I have. But at his sliding costs, I don't hate it either, Joey. I'm willing to take the shot, but it's hard with that injury. That doesn't sound good. There's been injections, there's been potential surgery talk. There's been a lot going on that I'm not loving with the injury talk for him.
Like Jeff's saying, just stick him in your IR slot. Yeah. That's what I do with Zach Charbonnet.
Absolutely.
Yep. Round 11. I was like, you're going right in my IR slot, buddy. And then when he gets pulled off and he's there week 1, I get to laugh at everybody. Spelled differently, but it's the same running joke in my home league that I draft him with one of my last picks. Oh, that's fun. Hutch, what do you think about home league drafts where if there's a player with your name, you get priority on them?
I think it's fine. I'm not like against that, necessarily against that or for that. I think it's fun. If your league's rallying around it, go for it. I love it. I love when home leagues have certain special things about them, or they rally around certain things. It doesn't matter really what it is. If it's a rule, if it's a setting, or if it's a player that someone always drafts, like that's great. I love that.
This is the argument I was trying to make last Friday at my home league draft, because I wanted Joe Burrow, and I was just like, guys, I should get him at the round that he's in because we have the same name. And they all said no. I don't know. I think I should have got him. Only last names. Darn, I miss trivia nights.
Watch the language.
You don't get Joe Burrow, yeah? I know. Badger. Badger. You know better than that. All right. Next question. Malik Willis is the quarterback for Miami in 2026. Which of his former teams did he appear the most regular season games for? So Malik Willis is the QB for Miami in 2026. Which of his former teams did he appear in the most regular season games for? Was it Tennessee, Green Bay, or was it the exact same number of games? Tennessee, Green Bay are the exact same number. I did do this in the flex leagues in New York.
I'm going to take a shot. If I know anything about Joey, if there's an exact tie, he's going to put it as a question and put it here. I guess Tennessee and Green Bay tied based on that solely.
That's your guess? Okay.
That is my guess. Yes.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yes.
I went, see, this is fun part of trivia writing is I had the question before I had the answer, and I went and looked it up, and I was like, oh, he played in 11 games for both teams. How about that?
11? Really? I would have guessed less. But that's awesome.
These are on-field appearances. So this just means he played a down.
Okay.
He started.
Well, okay. Yeah. Got you. Yes.
Because I did not say start. I said played a game. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. That makes it a little. Yeah.
Frank, I'll say it. Willis was the better quarterback in Green Bay last year.
Oh,
we need like hot takes coming in here. Oh my goodness.
I like it, dude.
Yeah.
I think he might have been, man.
If you want to talk draft capital, Malik Willis was taken a lot sooner than Jordan Love was. I don't know. They could have let the wrong guy go. Draft? Wasn't he? Malik Willis.
Jordan Love was first. Jordan Love was first. Everyone was mocking Malik Willis top 3, and then he went in the 3rd round.
Oh, what am I thinking of?
Jordan Love was in the first round.
Hutch, thank God you're here. This is why they only
I
let me
got you,
host the
bro.
shows. Yeah, thanks, buddy. And for some reason, I
got you.
thought he was like
Oh,
fourth
second
overall.
round. Okay, my fault.
Willis was
Bring that
second
back.
round. Wow, sorry. First time I've ever been wrong on this show, Hutch. Can you believe that?
I
Almost 2
can't
years
believe
into the
it.
experiment.
I can't.
Yeah.
Hey, Malik Willis was selected in the third round, 86th overall pick of the 2022 NFL Draft.
Oh, fight,
Come on,
fight,
Frank.
fight.
I know ball.
This is my first wrong answer, not including that one that everyone got wrong. That doesn't count. All right. Let's look at the leaderboard. Oh, Hutch in first place.
Yes, sir.
Frank in the chat's already in the league, so Jeff Bolt, you would still get in. Frank saying, no, Hutch was right. It was third round. I'm wrong. Hutch knows ball. That's why I have Hutch here tonight. I trust Hutch. And that's why he'll be joining me on Sundays this season.
Yes, sir.
Telling you who to start and sit. And you think that we had a problem with the D word that just happened there? Wait till you meet little French boy on Sunday mornings. Mm-hmm. I have to screen every message from them because they like to try to get me to say stuff. Happened the first year. Hasn't happened since. All right. Next question. Technically, tight end Eli Heidenreich and this player were traded to the Steelers for edge rusher Caden Curry from Ohio State. Technically, tight end Eli Heidenreich and this player were traded to the Steelers for edge rusher Caden Curry from Ohio State. Was it Michael Pittman, Rico Dowdle, Travis Homer, or Jamel Dean?
Ooh.
Little French boy's Joey's alter ego. There's a little hint on the screen there. A little hint.
It up then.
And we're going to zoom through the rest of these questions, folks. We know we're about them. We're going to be hitting an hour soon. Hutch and I are just having a good time talking football tonight.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Correct answer is Michael Pittman. It happened with draft picks. So technically, those are the players that were selected with the 6th and 7th round picks. So Eli Heidenreich in the 7th round with Michael Pittman was traded for 6th round pick, Caden Curry from Ohio State. So technically, that's what the trade was, although we didn't know who the players were at that time. 3 of you guys got that right. And Hutch moves down to third place. Frank in the chat into first.
I got it wrong.
That's all right. We're going to jump right to the next question. What player did the Kansas City Chiefs trade for to back up Patrick Mahomes in 2026? Is it Jameis Winston, Gardner Minshew, Justin Fields, or Joe Flacco?
Lock it in, guys.
Which quarterback is backing up Mahomes this year? Patrick Mahomes looks very excited in that photo.
He does.
Hutch, you just visited the campus of Villanova. I'm gonna dox you a little bit there. How was Villanova's campus?
Oh, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Villanova is it's quite a school, man. I love Philadelphia and just west of the city. It was a beautiful campus. Great school.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was telling Hutch that I'd be come probably January, February. I'd be going over there to watch some basketball games.
Heck yeah.
So Wildcat basketball. All right. Justin Fields is the correct answer. 5 of you guys got that right. 2 of you.
Yes, sir.
No, what happened? Let's see. Frank in the chat staying in first place. All right. We're going to move to the next question.
Let's go.
True or false? New Buccaneers running back Kenny Gainwell had more receiving yards than rushing yards in 2025. True, false, or the exact same?
Why is it a picture of Bucky Irving?
Is it Bucky? I just no. Listen up, guys. So Jake got delayed at the airport, and I was scrambling to get pictures. Jake and I usually split the questions. I'm sorry, I put Bucky Irving on there.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all right. I've done a lot worse on the show. Hutch, don't worry. All right. Hutch gets to test his theory again.
I did not test it this time. I went a different direction.
That's
I
awesome.
was wrong.
One of
Only
you
one
trusted
got
me.
it right.
Yeah.
Wow. That actually shocks
Two
me,
of
man.
you.
He had a ton of receptions last year.
He
with
really
Pittsburgh.
did. And I thought, oh, he definitely had more receiving yards, just the way that he was utilized. It seemed like he was Aaron Rodgers' little check down buddy, which is what I kind of hoping he becomes for Baker Mayfield this year.
I think he will, man. What was the difference? How close was it?
It was like 200 yards.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
It's like 740 to 480, so 250.
Wow.
Don't fact check me on that. It's somewhere in there.
I
don't like it when people fact check me on the show because a lot of times I'm wrong, and it's just like, oh, that stinks.
Let's see. Imagine if it's actually you had the wrong answer on there.
Has happened before. Happened before.
Let's see. Right. I'm finding it. 537 rushing yards, 486 receiving yards. So you are right about the answer, but it's a little closer. It's like 50, 60 yards.
Yeah. Wow. So yeah, I said that, Frank. 537 to 486. Yeah. So yeah, it's like that's a good question.
What you said.
Yeah. He had that huge rushing game overseas last year, last minute pickup, week 5, I think. Oh, it sounds like Jeff.
Oh, yeah, because Warren was out.
Oh, Frank's
and everyone freaked out, and everyone picked him up, and he had a massive game.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens when you're quick on that waiver wire or free agent pool.
Yeah.
All right, one of you trusted me, got that right. Ladarius, we know who it was. Love you, buddy. Moving up the board into 4th place. Frank is already in the league, so it looks like Hutch and Jeff Bolt making it in there. Next question. The runway to tight end 1 in Los Angeles seemed pretty clear until the Chargers brought in this former AFC North standout onto the team.
Come on, guys, lock in.
Was it Eric All, Mike Gesicki, Darnell Washington, or David Njoku?
I believe in you guys.
And that is a runway from a plane.
I appreciate that. I love that.
No, there's not. Who else came into the Chargers? Frank, just messing with me. Correct answer is David Njoku. Somebody said Gesicki. Yeah. No, there's one answer on the board, Frank. We've given Frank too much camera time on the show. We need to revoke his pass. I don't know. Any love for Njoku this year, Hutch? Uh-oh.
Charlie Kohler's not a runway. Absolutely not.
No.
Not in fantasy, neither of them.
Mm-mm.
No, there's not a fun situation for fantasy.
All right. Take a look at that leaderboard. Everybody kind of stayed where they were. Next question. Got 3 questions left. Breaking news. This former Chargers running back signed to join the New York Giants today. Was it Austin Eckler, Hassan Haskins, Najee Harris, or Gus Edwards? And I did put a little work into this picture. There is a hint in this picture.
I think I see it. There's also a major reason why as well. It wasn't random.
I can't wait to hear your take on this, buddy. Once the clock runs out.
Absolutely.
It's frustrating that all these could be true. They all could be true. But only one is true.
Bro, Gus Edwards, what a pull.
Mm-hmm. Gus Bus,
man.
5 seconds left. Correct answer is Najee Harris. Oh, yes. Everybody got that right. Now, the image, I want to show it real quick. Then I want to hear what you think about Najee Harris in New York. His nickname is the Iron Horse, and that's an Iron Horse.
I like it.
That was it. I didn't know that was his nickname until today, but I needed a picture, and that's what I went with. Hutch, tell me what you think about Najee Harris in New York. Who's that going to hurt? Tyrone Tracy, Cam Scattaboo? Why is he there?
So when you watch the preseason game that the Giants recently had, there was a play against the Minnesota Vikings that was really, really bad. You saw Jackson Dart drop back to pass, Tyron Tracy and pass pro. Everything's looking good. Tyron Tracy whiffed on a block, and Jackson Dart got absolutely leveled. And it's insane to me that he went to the Blue Medical tent and then they put him back out in the game in preseason. I don't know if everybody saw this, but this was genuinely insane stuff to me. But anyways, Najee Harris, he's proven to be pretty good in pass pro. He's a bigger, stronger guy. He can make those blocks. And when you look at Tyron Tracy, somebody that they might have wanted to be trusting on third down, given that Cam Scatterbo isn't the craziest pass catching back, I don't think that's going to be a reality anymore. So it really bumps down Tyron Tracy. But I don't think this has a major effect on Cam Scatterbo. He's the lead guy. But this is a nail in the coffin to Tyron Tracy as being the clear-cut RB2 in New York.
I agree with you on Tyron Tracy, but I will say this about Cam Scatterbo. Are we sure he's not going to break his neck?
I mean, you can't be fully confident because the dude is insane. But
yeah,
but he literally does exercises and warm-ups for that. And exercises, I mean, he slams his head into a wall intentionally before games to prepare his neck for that. So, and I'm not joking. That's real. He does that. There's videos and stuff written about that. He's wild. But yeah, there's no guarantee. Cam Scatterbo can get hurt again.
I don't know. They're I don't know. Yep. All right. We are moving to our next question and second to last question. Oh, Frank giving us some info here. Tyron Tracy was the first running back up in drills at practice on Tuesday per Jordan Ronan. He's squarely still in the plans despite the addition of Najee Harris. Okay.
That's what the coaches are going to say.
It's not Eckler. Oh my God. No, it was not Eckler.
Nope.
All right. Well, let's look at that leaderboard.
Oh,
no changes really. All right. Next question. Second to last. This former Packers wide receiver headed to Philly to fly Eagles fly.
Come on, guys.
So Dontavian Wicks, Bo Melton, Savion Williams, or Randall Cobb.
What place is that cheesesteak from?
I don't know. Let's see.
Sorry, that's the
shout out to myself because I did a Philly cheese steak because Packers and Eagles, it's cheese steak. Correct answer is Dontavian Wicks.
Yeah.
Hutch, you buying into Wicks at all? Is he going to do anything in Philadelphia? Or are they just going to run the ball a lot more this year?
I mean, Devontae Smith is the clear-cut number one guy here. We all know that. And I think that's going to be very exciting for fantasy purposes. I love him. But the reports about Mekhi Lemon have been honestly quite concerning. I mean, he's been injured through a lot of camp. There's been reports saying he's not on track to be a starter to start the season. And obviously, this is training camp. This is preseason. He's a first-round pick. Like anything could happen. In Jamar Chase's rookie year, we were talking about a guy who's dropping the ball too much in preseason and in training camp, and then look at the rookie season he had. Same with Justin Jefferson. The first 2 weeks, he was literally non-existent in this offense, and then he had the best rookie season of all time for wide receivers up until that season. But we could definitely see Mekhi Lemon be really slow to start the season, and if he is, Dontavian Wicks seems to be the next man up. Now, he never was able to do much in Green Bay, but Green Bay love to spread the football. If they're going to carve out a role and give Dontavian Wicks the ball enough, he's athletic. He can make plays downfield. He's somebody that can absolutely have an impact on this roster. So he's definitely worth a very, very late round flyer. But honestly, with the Mekhi Lemon dip, I'm honestly scooping him up a little more later in drafts because I've seen him hit the double-digit rounds, and before he was going in the seventh round, and it's a major, major dip for a first-round talent, a wide receiver who can make huge plays with the ball in his hands.
I agree. Frank's saying he thinks it says Pat's on the wrapper. You heard of Pat's cheesesteaks?
Pat's and Geno's are tourist traps. Don't go there. They're not good.
All right.
They're not good.
Okay.
Come on.
Right.
Sonny's is where it's at. And shoot, I forget the name of the other one. It might come to my mind. I'll say it later if I find it in my brain.
All right. Hutch letting us know. All right. Last question, folks. Let's look at that leaderboard. Frank in the chat. Holding it down. But it's really anybody's game. Last question. Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers are reuniting in Pittsburgh. How many games did they win together in Green Bay? 9th all-time for a player and head coach.
Joe Bryant's got in the comments.
97, 107, 117, or 127. Joe Bryant heard food and just, Hutch.
Angelo's.
I say lots of nice things about Joe on the show, not just because he's my boss, but he has never steered me wrong on food. I've never had a bad meal with the guy. It's never happened.
Let's go, Joe.
Yeah, Joe knows food. I'll have to say. 97, 107, 117, or 127. Correct answer is 107. Only one of you got that right.
Wait.
Uh-oh. Hutch.
I put 107.
Hutch, when you remember, just tweet the name out of context.
Yeah, I'm
Joe
putting
told
it
us
up on
Angela's.
Twitter. It's already on Twitter.
All right. Let's check out the podium. In third place, Jeff Bolt. In second place, Frank in the chat. And coming from behind to win as a host on the show, Hutch, congratulations. You are our winner tonight.
Let's
Frank
go.
is already in the league. Hutch, if you want to be in the league, you're in the Players League, as well as Jeff Bolt. I'm writing your names down on my little piece of paper here. Oh, my gosh. I'm so excited.
Let's go.
Oh, my gosh. And then who was the other one? Oh, Hutch. All right, cool. All right. Well, guys, I think we're done for the trivia tonight. Hutch, thank you. Oh, that's bad. That's a bad look. That's a much better look.
There you go.
Hutch, thank you for picking up your phone and saying he actually made me wait 5 minutes, guys. He had to talk to his agent, and then he confirmed that he could come on the show. Hutch, I want to thank you so much for being here. You are one of my favorite people in the world. Tell your dad I said hi. Did not have a chance to text him, but I want you to take this moment to tell us everything you have going on right now. Go ahead. Take the floor, buddy.
Hey, appreciate you, Joey. I mean, y'all can follow me on Twitter as always. I'm at Hutchison_FF. Doing all my work over at Football Guys, the training camp reports with the Tennessee Titans, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Joey's team. Make sure you check that out. We got the training camp reports are legit, man. They are some of the best work we do at Football Guys every single year to really break down all the news so you can stay informed, stay up to date. I love reading through everybody's articles, honestly. It's really, really fun, as well as working on the team with them. And then throughout the season, I'll be making videos on the social media, and then I'll be on Sunday Morning Live every once in a while. So make sure you check out Sunday Morning Live to get those start-sit questions answered by some of the best, and then me.
I think we have you on there almost every other week. It's like every third week.
It's pretty close, yeah.
Rotating you, Julia, and Dave Kluge. But we'll try to kick Kluge off and get you on there as much as possible. So
appreciate that.
He gets enough screen time. He doesn't need any more.
Yeah.
Cool. Hutch, once again, thank you so much for being here. Everybody, check out that Football Guys draft guide. Still available. Go to footballguys.com to get more information on that. But until next week, and remember next week, birthday draft extravaganza. Hutch is now in the league if he wants to be. Jeff Bolt will be there. It's going to be a blast. We'll be drafting teams. We'll have some special guests stopping by. We really do have special guests stopping by to kind of critique the draft, kind of let people know what draft picks they like and whatnot. So until next week, everybody, have a great week. And I got to find that. I found the intro video. There we go.